I don't know which one is All right, if we can move in, and there's room up front so you don't all have to stand in the back. You can move to the front. I'm gonna hopefully someone will tell me if everybody's in from outside. Do we have everybody in? Are we good? All right. Well, I'd like to welcome everybody here to the Learning Center. And if you haven't been in the facility, I'm sure you're totally amazed with it, as I was the first time that I walked in. Having been a mom of elementary kids, students that went through this building, it really transformed into a really neat piece of an educational facility that will be great for our community. So I'm really excited to be here, and I'm excited that you're here today. For those of you that don't know me, I am Crystal Fangmeyer. I'm the Learning Center Coordinator, and this is a day that many of us have waited for very patiently. And so it may seem like it's taken a long time to arrive, but we have been working very hard to get everything ready and to have it come to fruition for us to have this ribbon cutting today. So after we're done, I'd like to invite you to continue touring the facility. We're going to turn on some of our life-size units so that you can actually see how technology works that we have here for our educational opportunities. We're going to link in with some of the different learning centers across the area so that you can see how that works. We also have some lunch. We'll be around. If you have questions, please find any of us that have the SCC name tags on, and we'll try to answer questions for you. But with that, I'm going to welcome Shane Day, our mayor, to the podium, and he's just going to have a few words.
Two things I don't like in life are podiums and getting shots at the doctors. So I'll try to do my best. A couple years ago, we were meeting with some folks about doing something with this building. Obviously, the school was moving up to the top of the hill, so I'm thinking, great, we're going to have an abandoned building in town that nobody's going to be able to use or want. What are we going to do with it next? Thank you, SCC. Thank you, Crystal, for all your hard work that you guys have done. Crystal's really outspoken in this community. She goes to a lot of our meetings, and really proud of what she's done for us. So, thank you guys. Dr. Dale Cruz is next. Give him a round of applause.
You notice how we all have these little blue slips? We just happen to have those, seeing Crystal in the doorway there. As chair of the Board of Governors, we want to thank everyone for coming, and we're very excited from SCC and from the Board of Governors for this facility. It's a wonderful facility, and we're looking forward to, in a couple, 2 or 3 years, to see how it's grown and expanded, and the support that Hebron and the surrounding community has given to this facility and to this area, and to help develop these learning centers. As you know, this is number 4 for us. We have 6 on the books, and this is number 4. We got 2 more to go. But although you may say it felt like it took a long time, within the last year we've opened, this is the 4th one. So it hasn't taken as long as what you might think. And it's a great addition to the community. And again, it probably wouldn't have happened, I know it wouldn't have happened, without the support of everyone in this room and a lot of other people that are not in this room, and for students and things that will be going through this facility in years to come. So again, from the SCC standpoint, we're more than happy that we're partnering with you, and we thank you very much for having this facility available that we could then come in and partner with you. So now I'm going to read my blue sheet of paper. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Paul Illich, who has served as president of Southeast Community College since July 2014. Dr. Illich came to SCC after a 17-year career at McLean Community College in Waco, Texas, where he served as the Vice President of Research, Planning, and Information Technology, and as Senior Director of Institutional Effectiveness and Planning. Since his arrival at SCC, Dr. Illich has implemented a new enrollment model and directed the college through the development of a 5-year strategic plan and a 10-year facilities master plan. I will just say that Dr. Illich has done a great job for the college, provided great leadership for the board and for the SCC, and we're very pleased to have him on board, and we're very pleased for the visions that he brings to us, along with the rest of the administration and the staff of SCC. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Illich.
Thank you, Dale, for that wonderful introduction. I'll tell you, I did not get a blue piece of paper. I had to create my own piece. I do absolutely want to thank you for being here. I want to welcome all of you. And what I just heard my board chair say, he talked about Dr. Illich did this, Dr. Illich did that. I can assure you there's no way I could have done all of this without so many different people, and I'll be thanking lots of people in just a minute. Let me give you just a very quick sort of history of how did we get to this place. And basically what happened in 2014, we started developing a strategic plan, which we launched in 2015. And one of the things we did was we did something that we're always told throughout our life we should do, and that is we listened to people. So we went around all 15 counties, and we did sort of a town hall tour. And we went to every county, and we said, what is it that you need? And one of the things we kept hearing is, and it was said very politely, well, you know I pay taxes to SCC, right? And we said, yes. And then they said, well, what do I have to show for it? And as we started looking at how we were still positioned in sort of the same way from 1973 when we were formed. We were put together by the legislature at that time, and basically we were given what was available. And so when we started looking at the data, what we realized is we had minimal presence in 12 of the 15 counties. So what this is all about, this Learning Center initiative is about partnering. That's what we're doing today. But it's also about making sure we are absolutely providing higher education access all throughout our 15 county service areas. So this Hebron Center, along with the other 6, will ensure that we have a center or a campus within 35 miles for every county, every person in the 15 county service areas. So that's our goal. There's nothing I can think of that's a better investment than higher education. So we're super excited about that. But that's how this came about. We looked at everything in terms of, we looked at the size of cities, we looked at connectivity, we looked at access from highways to really study and find out what makes the most sense. So I do have a few people to thank. And there's, Dr. Del Cruz, he thanked me, but I can tell you, I'm just like all of you. I have a boss too. My boss is my board members. So none of this could have happened without them. So Dr. Del Cruz is our board chair. We have Don Raymond right here. He's been on our board, I think, Don, about 2 years. And we have Steve Ottman, and I can tell you, is right here. Let's see, we have Bob Feit. He's a longtime board member. We have Jim Garver. And we have Kathy Bostroff in the back. So let me tell you how, and Lynn Schuckerbeer, sorry, almost missed Lynn. I can tell you that our board is so supportive of these learning centers. You know what they've done today? They've created a quorum. I think there's 7 members? So let's give them, let's thank them for their support. I also want to thank the Chamber of Commerce here in Hebron. Apparently, they've been extremely supportive, and also the entire Hebron community. It's my understanding that Crystal showed up today and was shocked. There were all these balloons, and all of these things, no one told us that the community, apparently these were from the local businesses. So what incredible support we're getting from the local community. I also want to thank a few specific individuals. Bob Morgan, I don't know where Bob is. He's our Assistant Campus Director, Vice President of Program Development. He's out in Beatrice. Bob has done a tremendous job. We also have Amy Chesley, she's our Dean of Continuing Education. She has worked so hard. When we launched this initiative, we did not hire new people just to figure out how to organize this and get started. They really stretched their time and got this done. We also have Kelly Morgan, who's our Assistant Director of Continuing Education. She's done a tremendous job. And of course, you've heard from Crystal. Now, everything you see today with this elementary school, it was all done by SCC IT staff and maintenance staff. And the maintenance staff were out of Milford, and the IT were also out of Milford. So Brent Schucklebeer is somewhere in this room. These are superintendent out of Milford, and I think we have Jeff is our superintendent out of Beatrice. I think had some involvement as well. So I knew Brent had something to do with this as soon as Brent loves LED lights. So as soon as I walked in the room, he will not remodel a room unless he rips out the old lights and puts in new LED. So it was real obvious. But he did a fantastic job. And we also had students involved. The students fabricated from Milford. If you walk in, you'll notice the basement, sort of access way to the basement. That's lined in a sort of railing that was manufactured by the Milford students. So a lot of different people were involved. I'm sure I'm missing someone. I've got my vice president of instruction here that obviously is going to be involved and was involved in the programming, the academic programming piece. I know I left out someone, but if I did, it was not on purpose. I will, let's see, Al Brunkall from the IT staff. Where's Al? So he's over my IT staff, and they just did a tremendous job. We have 4 classrooms in this facility. One will allow us to broadcast from anywhere, any of our locations. We can actually broadcast a course into this site. So this is not just a Hebron site. This is an entire 15-county service hour site. So we could be teaching here, broadcasting somewhere else, or teaching somewhere else and broadcasting into this site. So with that, I'll stop and just thank all of you for being here today. I think this is an incredible opportunity. We're just now starting. Oh, and if you're one more group I didn't thank and absolutely need to thank is the way we're going to make this work is we're going to be continuing to listen and to pay attention to what the needs are, but we can't do that without strong community support. So I know that there's a lot of who's on the advisory committee that's helping to program what we're going to be doing in these spaces. So Scott Volk, I know very well. There's Judy here. So thank you for your participation. I would encourage you to really recommend to everyone to take advantage of this facility. And as Dr. Cruz said, let's just see where it takes us. But thank you so much. We're excited to be here. I think I'm the last speaker, so I don't have anyone else to introduce. So.
You didn't get a blue slip.
Can we have the board members come forward, please? Chamber, mayor. Okay, so we have you come right over here on this side of him. And then who do we want to hold? Yeah, we need holders.
We'll do it together.
They're perfect.
We're about here. There's the gym over here as soon as I can get there. There we go. Now we're good. All right, see? Okay, I'm going to have you gentlemen come in real close here, though. We're going to get in real close now. We're going to start small right here. There we go. I'm going to have Crystal come first slide in right here next to you. There we go. Excellent. Excellent. There we go. All right. Good. Everybody look right here. There we go. Good. Now we're going to cut the ribbon on the count of 3, okay? And 1, 2, 3.
I appreciate that it was great paper, but still.
I know. I didn't think it was that.
Thank you.
Oh, did you want to tell them there's...
All right. Again, thank you all for coming. There is food in this next classroom. It would be classroom 103. So go help yourself to some food and refreshments and continue to tour, and find us if you have any questions. Thank you.
It's been a great program you guys got going. We appreciate it.